Welcome to another video from me, introducing you the Shadowbringers abilities and changes of the Red Mage. According to the information from participants of the media tour, the Red Mage seems to be one of the jobs with only plenty changes to its combat system. That may be due to the reason that Square was somehow satisfied with the result of the Red Mage introduced in Stormblood, and I have to admit, although being one of the easiest jobs, it makes a lot of fun to play him. So yeah, why not letting things like they are? Nevertheless, let us cover that which has changed and that which is new. To count all the unchanged abilities it would consume more time than telling you what has changed, so let us start directly into some bigger modifications. First of all, Contre Sixth has its cooldown reduced to 35 from 45 seconds at level 78, and its AoE damage distribution has been adjusted to 50% to all secondary targets. This seems to be made for nearly every job. Then Impact is changed to be our newly dual cast AoE, when it replaces Scatter at level 66. This one seems to be a good change because Impact had a strange position inside of the Red Mage's rotation, because you are overflown with Were Stone and Were Fire procs anyways, so Impact wasn't used that often, or at least if used, using Were Stone or Were Fire could do the thing as well. On the same department, we seem to be receiving new Aoe Opening Spells in the form of Were Arrow and Were Thunder, but the old ones seem to be there as well, so I'm expecting that they will have a different name when 5.0 launches. Meaning our AoE rotation would look like casting one elemental specific spell and push out Scatter with the dual cast until level 66, where Scatter turns into Impact, giving the Red Mage another boost to AoE potential. Combat style wise, I think this will nearly feel the same as before, but having more fun with more damage on the dual cast as before, because we had the dual cast spell having the same potency and, to be precise, being the same spell, when not proccing an improved Scatter. So yeah, that should feel better than before. Staying at AoE, our Moulinet, or better to say Enchanted Moulinet, because you don't want to use the normal version, has undergone a significant change. Now costing 20 white and black mana instead of 30, meaning to be able to use it 5 times in a row when you have both mana sides at a full capacity. This again seems to defend the Red Mage's AoE position against the other jobs having massive AoE boosts, especially the tanks and yeah, the summoner of course. Another quality of life and especially hotbar relieving change will be that Were Holy and Were Flare are forced onto the spell icons and positions of Were Thunder and Were Arrow, meaning to have 2 additional hotbar seats available. Great change. Nobody with a clear mind would use Were Thunder or Were Arrow anyway, when being able to push Were Holy and Were Flare. At level 74 our Manification gets an insane improvement, granting another 5% boost to our magical damage over 10 seconds, and reducing its recast timer to 110 seconds, to line it up better with our other cooldowns. Great one here, Square. I'm really impressed how you seem to address all the problems of the jobs in one swipe. But let us talk about that again when covering the Black Mage. But even when only a little amount of changes are brought to the Red Mage, he also receives some awesome new abilities. The first is Engagement, at level 72 being an alternative version of Displacement, but without the back jump that comes with it. So you can use Engagement in fights where the arena is too small or too risky to consider jumping back for a little DPS push. Not really an impressive new ability, but more of a remedy to old-born problems. The next one is Reprise, or Enchanted Reprise, costing 10 mana of each side and dealing a 25-yard melee attack with 300 potency. This seems to be an attack giving us time and space to spend surplus mana or make use of it in the last seconds, when not having another chance of building up our redoublement combo. I cannot really tell you how I feel about this, because this only seems to be relevant when the fight is nearly finished or a target needs to be bursted down as soon as possible, so I'm not that excited about it. And yeah, don't waste your time in calculating if this grants more potency than our normal melee rotation, because the standard threefold swing rotation gets another finisher after our Were Holy and Were Flare, whose potencies have also been increased. The final finisher received at level 80 is called Scorch, and combos off of Were Holy or Were Flare, and replaces Jolt 2 in that time, so no new hotbar space is needed, which is great. It deals insane 700 potency and grants 7 mana on each side, so we at least get another big one at the final step of our leveling journey. And now, believe me or not, that's it. So here's my assessment. I have to admit that my feelings about this are kinda mixed up. On one hand, we are receiving many quality of life improvements, like hotbar space for the Holy and the Flare and our new final combo spell Scorch, while having a kinda better Aoe Rotation that should feel more logical and correct in receiving a reward at level 66 with Impact, being more potent than the opening casts. On the other hand, our only true new ability that extends our rotation in technical ways is Scorch. All the other abilities seem to adjust weaknesses of the Red Mage instead of granting him a new way of playing against his weaknesses, or having an alternative rotation in situations where the standard one would face his obstacles. Nonetheless, I will definitely play Red Mage as one of my first jobs to level up, and that is mainly because Square already did a fantastic job in constructing him in Stormblood. His flexibility in every department, his rewarding big numbers with solid DPS compared to the other jobs, and his combat animations really are fun to watch, and I really love to switch between melee and casting rotation, even when Eureka sometimes told me just to stay as caster. What do you think about these changes? Does the impressive new apparition of the Summoner degrade us into the Res Mage, or is Scorch our answer against his insane power output? Tell me about your opinion inside of the comment section, and maybe we will kneel anyways down to the darkness of the Black Mage, turning him into the king of DPS again. But we will see this in Shadowbringers, so thank you all for watching, and yes, don't forget to subscribe. It would be amazing if I could reach the 10k subscription mark just before Shadowbringers launches. There are still 12 days to go and only 1200 subs left. We see us in the next video. Until then, take care and subscribe. Thank you.
Hey, it's Snake.
Hey Snake, what's up? Do you like the new Red Mage changes?
Why should I? To tell you the truth, I've been captured. There's a big torture machine nearby. I need your help.